I'm Yasa, being human, and I've got a good simple one for you tonight. I'm going to explain to you some of the things that happen with our subconscious mind in the different layers and how they manifest in the third dimension. What it's going to do, it's going to show you how the subconscious mind is going to be happening right in front of your eyes, and you would have witnessed what I'm going to show you, and I'll just show you how it works and why it's there. Here's blessed Yelena. Cheers, Yelena. This is our physical body. This is only 12.5% of our reality, or 1/8. So the next time you buy a pizza, chop it into 8 pieces, grab one piece, and the other 7 pieces are the subconscious mind, and the one piece of pizza you got in your hand, that's your life, according to this reality or to this layer. This is your physical layer, okay? In your conscious mind. We are programmed to think that this is the only layer that actually exists in our reality. I'm going to take you inside and I'm going to show you how the inside creates the outside. This layer, our physical layer, thinks the outside creates the inside. Thank you. The next layer in is our etheric body. Now, this is our outside layer of our spirit or ghost. Now, this creates the fourth dimensional plasmic layer that the physical is our overcoat upon. So however this feels, however this is, will create this immutable, I think is the right word, plasmic skin that this fits upon. So what happens is if you're talking to someone and your ghost feels bruised because of this plasmic film, it manifests bruising. So what happens is that this layer here that's on top of this layer here goes, okay, I have to bruise myself because this feels bruised. Okay? It's nothing to do with the door handle. It's nothing to do with the stick or whatever has bruised you. It's all coming from here. Same as if someone gives you a cutting remark and it's quite rude and this feels cut. This layer has to cut itself to match this. It's nothing to do with the piece of glass or the piece of tin that's hanging outside from the shed door that you go past and cut your arm on. If this never felt cut, it's impossible for this layer to actually cut itself. Okay, now, you may have heard me go on about the red and the blue, all right? Well, tonight I'm going to show you some of the things that happen in the red and the blue. Can you pop over there, please, Yelena? Oh, perhaps there. Okay. Here's the ghosty one. This is your emotional layer. It is your feminine layer, and it works on feelings and emotions, all right? Now, this layer here is in charge of your mental mind or your mental body. This one's the thinker, and this one's the doer. This one's the feeler and the doer. So this one feels first and then does something. So if you're sitting down watching TV on the couch or on your chair and all of a sudden this one goes, I feel hungry. This layer goes, I feel hungry. So what happens is that you will be feeling or emotional motivated. And this layer will get up and make a cup of tea, coffee, have a cookie, whatever you do. This is the feeler. Now this one here will go, check the time, because this one loves structure, so it'll go to time and it'll go, far out. It's time I had something to eat because I need some energy because I did all this work, and you will eat because of a mental reality, because you are thinking. This one will make you eat because you feel it, and this one will make you eat, and it will be in charge of what you eat. This will make you eat vegetables because it's got to be good for you. It's good for your structure. You have to have vitamins and all that stuff that goes on here. Nothing to do with feeling. How many times have you eaten something healthy and you go, far out, that tastes horrible. Why the hell would anyone want to taste that? Well, this mind goes, oi, it's nothing to do with taste. Eat the blinking stuff and it's good for you. I think your mother or your parents might have said that in your younger day. This layer goes, far out. I feel like something because I want to feel satisfied. Nothing to do if it's good for you. Nothing to do with vitamins. So this one will make you go get the chips because it's after carbohydrates. Because carbohydrates bloat us and it makes us feel as though we're satisfied because we go far out, we're full. When in actual fact, we are only gunked up. This one will make you, whatever. Have a drink of wine. Have a beer. Have a coffee. Have a cup of tea. Soft drink. No thing to do with the mental body. It just makes you feel good. That's why if you eat too much or you drink too much, this one will make you feel yuck. Make you feel sick. So, moving along. These two change places because our subconscious mind changes them all the time. That's what the subconscious ego's job is. Shift these. 1 minute you'll be serious. 1 minute you'll be thinking. How does this work? You'll be doing something functional, practical, definitely doing figures, probably reading, because this one lives in our head. So this is reading, maths, working things out. I need to fix that because this one likes to fix things, this one likes to repair things, and it likes to move forward. 1 minute you're doing that, next minute you go, okay, I've had enough of this. Or someone might walk into the room. And your subconscious ego go, oh, this isn't a blue person. This is a red person. You have a good time with this person. I'll just change the mindsets. So, next minute, the brainy one, the functional one, and the practical one is taking a back seat, and out comes the red, happy, spontaneous, jovial one. And you'll have a great chat, be sociable. This one's the socializer. If you ever meet a sociable person that wants to go visit, have a chat with people, have a cup of tea, they're red-based. If you ever meet a person who's not too keen on visiting, the social thing kind of like may bore them to tears because it's anything but functional. If they go visiting and they find something really interesting, like, oh, how do you do that? Oh, you have to fix that. That's that one, because it likes to be functional and practical. Dislikes small talk. This one here will go to the cafe and have a nice chat. Now, these two are actually the same size. It's just that while I've got wooden dolls, one of them has to be smaller than the other. When the red one is closest to the surface, the blue one in this case is actually on the inside. So when you meet a red person, it will reflect on this layer as being happy, jovial, chatty, smiley, agreeable. The red mind likes the word yes because the red mind likes to be accepted. And to be accepted, the subconscious knows if I say yes to everything, I'll be accepted. And acceptance to the subconscious mind is love. So red people will mostly say yes, and they will have trouble with saying no. The blue mind says no all the time because the blue mind is all about power. And for a person to have power, subconsciously they think if they say no, they can stop the flow. They can block the flow and redirect it their way. and they will have the power of the flow because they have said no. Blue people like the word no, and red people like the word yes. Blue like blocking flow. Blue are defensive. Red like to be acceptant, and they like the word yes. Now, these bodies are on different layers. So you meet the red person, they'll be happy, they'll be jovial, they'll want to satisfy you. So what they'll normally do is you go visit a red person, they will offer you something to eat and something to drink because they want to be accepted again, and so you are satisfied with their presence. These people are like candy floss on the outside. They're soft, sweet, nice, lovely, all those cheerful, chirpy things. And you will actually see that layer of them. Now, because this layer here is feminine, that means it will reflect the female attribute of a female. And so therefore, this one here is the receiver, and it's receptive. So this one here will listen to people, and they will, you'll understand that the empath will actually take on stuff. Quite often an empath will actually take on far too much, and they will actually, it will be discordant, upsetting to them. This one here is receptive. So it's like they are a walking sponge. They will absorb nasty remarks, they will absorb criticism, they will absorb jokes to themselves, they'll absorb people bullying them, they will absorb domination, people dominating, bullies and all that. The red mind will absorb it. Now, this mind, you will get through the red mind, and sometimes one straw breaks the camel's back. Well, what happens is that the red mind will go so far, and then what will happen is that when the last straw, something will make them snap, something will make them explode. And what will happen is that out of nowhere will come the blue mind inside of the red. Now this here, seeing it's suppressed and hidden away from this layer, when the red person releases this, it can be devastating, it can be very destructive, it can be harmful, it can be rude, very explosive, because this one has been kept under wraps. Sometimes you may go to a funeral and they will talk about the person who's passed over, and they will say, wow, what a lovely person. Weren't they great? Wouldn't they help you as much as they could? They were always chirpy. But at the end of the paragraph, they'll say, you never wanted to get them angry. You never actually wanted to cross the line on them. And that's when the blue comes out. See, we know all about this stuff. We all know that a red person on the outside is lovely, but you never want to make them angry, because if you strike this, it's going to be tyrannical. Now, the subconscious mind knows that if the red mind lets out the blue, it's going to hurt someone. It's going to hurt the family. It's going to hurt the wife, the partner, the husband, the children. So what happens is the red goes, you stay in here, because if I let the blue out, it's going to hurt someone. And if I hurt someone, that person is no longer going to love me, because the red mind is into acceptance, belonging, and connectedness. So that's why they hold back the blue. Now, if a person, I'm unable to fit the red into the blue, so we'll just put it behind it, all right? If a person's blue on the outside, they will be always thinking, they will be practical, they will be functional. And what will happen is the blue mind is solid and it's defensive. The red mind is soft, flexible, malleable, and it's curvy. Okay, so you meet a red person, they're going to be wearing curvy clothes. Their body might be curvy. Their hair's going to be out, so it's going to be waving in the wind, and her or his persona is going to be a lot softer. You meet a blue person, they are going to be edgy. They are going to be sharp. So therefore, they will, if it's a female, they'll tie their hair back tight. They will wear shirts, blazers, trousers, and they're going to have creases in them. If you go to the local court and you want to have a look at some blue people, you go there and have a look at the lawyers. We have a look at an accountant, because they are blue. They are in their head and they think sharp. They have a very solid structure and they like to show it. Now, a blue person has the red on the inside of themselves. Now, what the blue mind does is the blue mind knows that their red is very vulnerable. It is extra soft and extra sensitive. So perhaps I could do it that way. So what the blue mind does, instead of protecting people on the outside of themselves, like the red mind does, the blue mind protects them, the red part of them on the inside. So they will have a defensive wall. They will come across serious. They will come across quite prickly. They will hardly ever smile. And they will be just practical and functional, because they are busy protecting the soft part on the inside of themselves. Because the red on the inside of a blue is very vulnerable. It's like a marshmallow. Blue people are vulnerable when they come to emotions. Emotions scare them. They have trouble expressing their emotions. So what they do is they hide them on the inside of themselves. So when you meet a blue person, they come across cold. They come across defensive, because the simple reason their subconscious mind is saying, just keep people at a distance, be a little bit prickly, like to be upfront, like to be straight, and that's these people. If you meet a blue person, that the last thing they will do is probably offer you a cup of tea or something satisfying. They'll say, "Oh, sit down. How can I help you?" And they will be straight to the point, because that's what a blue person is. They like to be straight. Even their prickles are straight. They are not curvy. If a red person had a prickle, it would be a curvy one. Now, inside the blue is the vulnerable red. Now, when you meet a blue person, please understand that they are always protecting their vulnerability. And you'll know after watching this transmission, this live, that every blue person has got a soft core. They will come across prickly, strong, defensive, forceful, blue traits, all right, in their head. If you are able to get past that defensive line, you will find what often is known as a heart of gold. Blue people on the inside are lovely. They will do anything for you if you get them on the right side and the right way. If you fall in love with a blue person, they will show their redness straight away. And the chances are you'll fall in love with their redness because it will be magnificent. It hardly ever sees the light of day. So quite often people will fall in love with this, and as the relationship goes on, the blue mind will slowly but surely pop the red mind away, and the blue one will step forward. And therefore in a relationship, the blue mind, because it's in the head, they will make the decisions. The red mind's is not here to make decisions. It's here to go with the flow. It's soft. Okay? This one here, the blue makes the decisions. So the more blue a person gets, they will like to be the controlling influence. So they will like to know what's going on, because the blue mind is based on knowledge and power. And to have power, they have it through information. So the blue one will say, so what have you been up to today? Where have you been? Who have you been talking to? How much work have you done today? Blue people like to ask questions because they like the knowledge coming back to them. However, getting back to the inside core, if you go to a funeral of a blue person, they will say, my God, what a tyrant. Didn't they get things done? Oh, he could be tough, or she could be a bit of a so-and-so. And they will describe the blue exterior. And right at the end of it, they will say, but didn't they have a heart of gold? Weren't they a lovely person when you got to know them? Because with a blue person, you get to know a blue person, slowly but surely, they will bring out the red because they will trust you. Our whole life is built on this. Have a look around you. Okay, I've showed you something. I've showed you a theory. And until you can see it in the real, in the third dimension, it remains to be a theory. These are layered. When you meet a person, they will be basically blue-based, functional, practical. See, the blue mind is all about being right. They love being right because it lives in the head. And the bottom chakra to a blue mind is the throat chakra, and that is the sense of righteousness. So blue people love to be right. They hate apologizing, because as soon as a blue person apologizes, they are subconsciously admitting they were wrong. And the last thing a blue person wants is to be wrong, because they lose power. Red people have no worries being wrong, as long as they're still accepted. This one, they will own up. Oh, sorry, I did that. In fact, they will purposely, subconsciously do things wrong so they can actually show their presence. But with a blue person, they like to be right. That's why they like all the knowledge. If you ask a blue person something, the chances are they're going to know something about it. And when they transgress a blue person, they will actually use something that I know as bravado. And bravado is, well, if I do not know what it is, perhaps I can just kind of make something up. And that person over there will think I'm really intelligent, and I'll keep my power. So these people here will often lie or stretch the truth so they are right. These ones here will lie or tell untruths to keep the peace. And amongst everyone, so they're still accepted. And the blue person will actually, you know, my parents used to call it shoot on the wing. And they do. All the time, just so they can keep their power. So these two here are layered with everyone. Please understand, this here it's a universal template. This is just the isness of us as a human being. Makes no difference whether on this layer they have some type of belief system, if they've got a different ethnicity, if they come from a different country, however it is. The point being, this is how we work. Have a look at what's happening on the outside. Pick the blue people. Pick the functional people. See, with the blue people love being right. What they do is to get love, they like to be right. And they like to make things right. So, some of you might know this one. Better get a bigger one. Here's mum. And here's a child. Now, if mum is blue, she likes to be right and she likes to make things right. And that's how she shows her love. So here's little Johnny comes up and they're going to go out for Chinese takeaways down the road. And he's dressed up looking pretty good. Now for her to show her love to Jimmy, she has to find what's wrong and right it. So her mind will subconsciously scan him, and if there's one thing wrong, she will find it and she will fix it. Now Johnny just may have spent the last half hour trying to make himself look really good and really tidy for mum. He goes and sees mum, and mum's programmed to find what's wrong. After little Johnny has had this happen half a dozen times, his confidence is going to start taking a knock. Because no matter what he does, his parent, being a mum or a dad, as long as they're blue, they will look for what's wrong. If he does a school project and says, I'm going to take this to school tomorrow, have a look at this. The parents are blue, which one, mum or dad, they will look to see what's wrong with it, not what's right. If you have a blue boss, boss's job, if he's blue or she's blue, is to find out what's wrong and make it right. And if a person is on the other end of that, their self-confidence and their worthiness is going to start taking a hit, because the blue mind is always looking to see what's wrong. Now, in the red mind, it's okay. How do I look? You look fine. Now, little Johnny here may look a wreck, and he might be dirty, whatever. He might be naughty, because red people have no boundaries. Blue peoples live on boundaries. So what happens here is a red mum or a red dad, little Johnny may cross the line being naughty. A red mind will never put the person back in there. They go, oh, he'll be right. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Long as he still loves me, I don't care if he jumps the transgressional line. I have no worries with him breaking something or being rude or demanding what he wants, because I'm a red person and we have no boundaries. So therefore, these things, they're gone. And this little Johnny can do whatever he likes. So you can, and this is out of balance. This is out of balance. I'm not saying that all red parents are like this, and I'm not saying that all blue parents are like that. However, they will have a tendency to be like exactly how I said. Look for yourself. Look for your awareness. Have a look at the people on this layer. You're going to see a physical suit. You're going to see it. It's going to work off 5 senses, and this is 1/8 of this person's world. Have a look at the software. Are they living off a blue reality? Are they functional, practical, like to be right? And because the blue mind is up in their head, The blue mind likes to look down because it's higher. So it likes to dominate. It likes to look down at people. You know, the old look down at the nose thing? This one does that. Check if you know anyone like that. This is blue, and remember, their feelings and their emotions are minimal because this is a mental mind. This one here lives in our torso and in our belly. So this one automatically comes from down below the line. The line here is actually in the heart. This one here lives down here, and this one here lives up here. This one will automatically make a person a victim, an underdog and an underling, because they are under the heart. And they will be sorry, that they will be apologetic for living. Everything they do, they may see themselves as a burden, and that's part of the red mind. The main thing tonight is, please remember that these are good cop, bad cop. Okay? If you strike the good cop, they're going to be great, but please refrain from taking them too far, because if you pull out the bad cop, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be destructive, very explosive, and what's going to happen, people are going to go, oh, I wonder why he's like that. He's normally so happy. Boy, really lost it tonight. And what will happen is that means he's brought out his blue mind. The one on the outside is positive. The one on the inside is destructive and negative. So if a person is red-based, their emotions will be positive, their feelings will be positive, and they're going to come across a positive being. If they get into the blue mind, it's rotating in the opposite direction. So this one, instead of being positive, is going to be negative, and it's going to be into destruction. So if you strike a blue mind on a red person, it's going to be destructive, and it's going to destroy anything in its path. Now, if you strike a blue person, they are going to be constructive. They're going to think they're going to be positive. So they are going to be moving forward. They're going to be fixing. They're going to be creating and repairing and being practical and functional and working hard. Blue people work hard because they like to achieve. Now, what happens, and it's going to be supposable, it's going to be positive, all right? Now, if you strike a blue person's negative, a red, and it's going to be negative. So when they get here, they are either going to be really angry and they're going to be full of rage, or they are going to be a dithering idiot and they're going to lose it and they're going to cry and they're going to cry and they're going to destroy themselves in their tears. So the outside one is always perceived to be positive, which is rotating the perfect way for this mind. But when you get down here, it's rotating in the opposite way, so you're going to get the opposite effect. That's why when a red person finally pulls out the blue, it is destructive. And they're going to go far out. That person is normally so constructive and so happy. Wonder why they've all of a sudden decided to go like that. Is because the one below the surface is a destructive model. Oh, goodness gracious. Have a look out there. Make yourself aware if you can. This is only 1/8 of your reality. This is the other 7/8. If you want to know what the hell's going on in your world, one day, sooner or later, you're going to have to work this out, because this is the operating system that creates that. So depending on what mind is on the surface will determine what type of person this is. The red and the blue. So many times Arani and I help a person do some clearings. one of the foundation blocks we work off, we check the red and the blue all the time, because the subconscious mind is programmed. You can throw a blue now and be constructive, practical, and functional. Okay, you can throw a red mind now, so that's spontaneous, social, happy, making people happy and making yourself happy. This one controls it all because of the subconscious mind programs. Irani and I go in there and clear those all the time. We help people with their patterning, and we do our own patterning, because what we want is we want a life generated and manifested from this, which is the same as this. Soul, Holy Spirit. Yeehaw. Okay, gang. Well, that's good. Please, if you're interested in this, or if you know someone who may have a partner, who may have one of everyone does. Someone has a relationship and they're wondering why someone's grumpy all the time, or they're wondering. See, the red one hates responsibility and it hates committing. So, you might meet someone that looks better than yourself and you go, far out, why are they not committing? Chances are they're here. Or if they're overcommitted and all they want to do is commit forever. See, the blue people own. Red people rent. Red people lend and they borrow. Blue people like to own, and so if a blue person has a relationship, they like to own the other person and control the other person. And if a red person has a relationship, they are a lot easier in the relationship. And that out of balance, they will never commit. They will have all the good stuff, but they'll never be prepared to put up with the structural stuff like budgeting and having a commitment of any type. Any questions? Oh, I better check this. Yeah. Hold on. I'm yakking away. Yep. Kia ora, Thelma. Yep. Kia ora, Morley. If you've got any questions on the red and the blue, they are the foundation blocks of the subconscious mind, and the more you understand the red and the blue, the more you understand what the hell's going on out here. This is all in charge of income. The blue mind makes income. The red mind uses income. So if a person's always in the red mind, they're going to be chewing through the money and the income like it's never existed. If a blue person is out of balance, they will always be at work. And their red mind will take a massive backward step, because the blue person is keen on earning, achieving, finishing their task. Once they've finished one thing, like if any ladies out there who've cleaned out the fridge and they've finished it, the blue mind will go, oh, far out. I think I might clean out the oven now, and they'll do the oven. Then the blue mind will say, oh, I've still got energy. Let's clean out the pantry. Next minute, the pantry will be done and it'll be finished. The blue mind loves achieving, and it has trouble stopping. So this is why they go from dawn to dusk. The red mind is there for the journey. So if you're thinking about, here's a fence post. Here's a fence line. The blue part is the fence post, because a blue person goes boing to boing to boing. Okay, now the red part is the journey in between. The red mind is in the middle because they like the journey, and in actual fact they actually dislike finishing, because as soon as they finish, their part's over. It's like, oh, far out, that's boring. I want to go for another journey. I want to do something else. I want to start somewhere else, because that's where this one's strong, and this one is strong at the destinations. So if you ever go for a drive with the blue person, They will never stop in the middle and have a cup of tea or buy some flowers or have a look around a nursery or whatever you like doing, because the blue one's going, okay, you wanted to go there? Right, we're here. You want to go there? Oh, right, let's go there. And the blue one loves going to the destination. It's not here for the journey. The red mind goes, oh, let's do a road trip. Righto, you get 5 minutes out of town. Let's have an ice cream. Oh, he said, oh, that'd be a nice place to have a look. Let's have a cup. It must be time for a cuppa. These people love the journey. When they get to the end, it's like, oh, what are we going to do now? Chances are they'd like to jump in the car and go for another tiki tour. Let's go down the mall. Let's go somewhere else. So I can be in between destinations. And that's this one here. I tell you, the more you understand the red and the blue, the more you're going to understand life here and how everything works. Well, excuse me over there. Was there anything?
The only thing I was thinking about was the depression and the pressure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just thought because you were talking about how people work and stuff like that, and I thought that was...
Okay, now, the blue mind works under pressure. This is the one that boils the potatoes with the lid on it. This one is the pressure cooker. We need pressure for some things. Now, a person out of balance blue, they're going to manifest a very pressurized reality. These people always love a challenge. So the more pressure they can put themselves under, the better their mind likes it, their blue mind. So therefore you're going to end up with things like heart attacks, strokes, blood pressure, broken bones, pressurized things, okay? The blue mind is a pressured one. If a person's out of balance, they will have too much pressure. All right? Did I mention strokes? It's in here. Burst blood vessels, in here, okay? The red mind takes the lid off the boiling potatoes. The red mind allows us to have a sleep. The red mind allows us to relax. Now, we need this one too. We need both of these. We need to be able to relax, take it easy. And for those who know the Ouroboros, enjoy at 10 o'clock, because 10 o'clock on the Ouroboros is an emotional response. And it's really a very important part of our being. Now, out of balance, the red will be too loose, too relaxed, too easygoing. It'll be okay, whatever. All the lines are blurred with the red mind because it never really likes anything sharp, straight, or getting to the end of the fence posts. That's this one here. Now, the red mind, where we go? Let's say, there's the line of now, all right? The red mind lives in the past. It will pay the bills from the past up to now. The red mind never thinks in the future, so it will never ever budget for the future of what might happen in the future. Or I'd like to go somewhere, I'd like to go on holiday, so I'll start putting money away for the future. Red people are subconsciously made to live from now backwards. You know the old half glass trick? Well, this is half glass because this only goes up to halfway. Quite often here, adults, for them to have a red, they will have some alcohol. And when they've had a few alcohols, you'll hear the people start talking about, oh, remember when? Oh, back in the old days. And the more red a person gets, the more they think in the past. And it's the red mind that is open to depression, because people who have depression are depressed about what has happened in their past. And depression is a red mind trait. Now, The blue mind, where's your eyeballs? The blue mind is the complement or the opposite of the red mind because they have to balance each other out. So the blue mind thinks in the future. In fact, the blue mind hates the past. The blue mind operates from now into the future. If you meet a blue person and they are strong blue, they will say, oh, I'm not worried about what happens in the past, I'm more worried about the future. I'm interested in the future. This is why really strong blue people never actually get drunk, because they hate talking about the past. In fact, they reckon these people talk a whole lot of crock or something. So the blue mind puts themselves under pressure and they worry about the future. Red people never worry. They only get sad and depressed about the past. Blue people get anxious because they're always worried about what's going to happen in the future. And that is a very, very big reality to be worried about, because no one knows what the hell's going to happen in the future. And that's why these ones get stomach ulcers, because they worry all the time. These beings here, you will know a blue person, they will get insurance for the future. They will worry about the careers in the future. Am I going to make money in the future? Have I got a house in the future? Am I secure in the future? It's a massive reality, and these ones like to control it because these ones like to control everything. These ones have no control and no power. They have love. And as long as they've got love in their mind, it is unnecessary to have any power. And these ones here, they have power. And while they have power, it is unnecessary to worry about love. If you have a relationship with a blue person, sooner or later you're going to wonder whatever happened to the love, because these people like the power. And if you have a relationship with a red person, you'll go, oh, wonder where their commitment is, or their responsibility is, and their power and self-worth. Red people have no self-worth. They're into the love. That is anything but power. Okay? Blue people are in the past, and they get depressed. The red mind takes off the pressure, leaves the energy goes down into the belly of the red person, and a person can get to sleep because they feel nice and warm and snuggly and cuddly, and I can roll over and go to sleep. A blue person worries about the future, gets anxious, lives in the head. So when a person goes to bed and they're in a blue mindset, the lights are going to come on. It's like, oh, far out, I wanted to get to sleep. And they're going to sit there and think. And they're going to think about this, and they're going to worry about that, and then they're going to worry about the family or this or work or business, because they have to get the energy out of their head down into their tummy to sleep. Sometimes it may take reading something to satisfy the blue, and the blue goes, great, we've done something in the head. I've read so many chapters of the book, I can snuggle up and go to bed now. So what will happen is this will go, doo, and you'll be able to go to sleep. A person who's unable to get to sleep, that's why they get up and have something to eat. Because when you eat something, of course, it goes into the belly, and the energy of the person has to go down in the belly to digest it, which puts it in the red zone, and therefore they'll go to sleep. Do you see how important this red and the blue is? It's massive. It's massive. They covered it?
Mm-hmm.
Ding dang. Okay, everyone. Again, please, if you've got any questions about the red and the blue, about yourself in the red and the blue, about your partner or in the red and the blue, children, or your boss,
Yeah.
the boss. Red people, blue people, seeing they perceive themselves higher subconsciously, they like to put people down, and they think it's funny. So when you go into work and your boss is blue and it's he or she's got a dry sense of humour, To be funny, they have to be sarcastic, or they have to put people down, and they think it's funny. And if they do that to a red person, it's going to go straight into their heart because, oh shit, he doesn't like me, or she's rude to me every morning. Well, the chances are that blue person is actually trying to crack a funny because that's what their sense of humour is. You know, the Americans have roastings, and they go to this magnificent dinner, and all they do is they put this person down all night. That's blue humour, and they think it's funny. If you look at the comedians on Ricky Gervais in the Academy Awards, he stood up there and put everyone down because he's a blue comedian. He never built anyone up. He put everyone down. Red people build people up. Blue people put them down. They think it's funny. These people will walk into a room, a blue person will walk in the room and say, hello everyone, how you going? And they will try and lift the energy. These people walk in the room and say, yeah, whatever. And they'll say, oh, it's raining, good day for ducks. And he'll think that's funny as. These people are going, what's he talking about? Blue people have a totally different sense of humour than a red person. That's why these two have trouble getting on. Anyway. Again, if you have any questions, please pop them in the... Oh, hello, Marie. Hold on. I'll just get that one. Perfect explanation of myself. Red. And partner. Blue. Oh, God, I could go on for so... Hey, just the next one. Red people are connected to planetary consciousness. So therefore they like to do planetary stuff. They go for a swim. They like to be on Earth. They like animals. That's a planetary mind. A blue mind is more cosmic minded. So because they're in their head and closer to up there, they will think about the stars. They will think about science fiction movies. They will think about, what else is up there? Probably the weather would be a good one for a blue person, because remember, they're always trying to control the future. Red, feminine, emotional, planetary. Blue, mental, the red mind, love. Blue is masculine, male, power, cosmic. Yeah, that's why we need the duality. We need these two. Take that one away, you're never going to be able to think. There's no organisation. Imagine you want to go to the movies, and in my day we all used to meet at 8 o'clock. When you have that, everyone's late. It's like, what the fuck? You only have that one there. Everyone's going to be planning everyone and controlling everyone, and everything's going to be stuck on a structure, and you're going to it's going to be machine and robot world, because these people work like a machine. That's the machine part of us. This is the emotional part of it. This is the animal part of us. This is the machine part of us. Freak me out. Anyway, everyone, that's great. All good. Yes, spot on. Fantastic. Have a good one, everyone, and please get back to us. And if you want to clear any programming, give us a yell. And we do have an income course running on every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock.
And there's still time to get into that if they're keen to improve their income or career.
Yeah, because what happens if you're keen to improve your income, what we do is, this one has nothing to do with income, right? This one uses it. What we do is we go into this mind and change the programming, because you'll be programmed to earn your income in a specific way, and it's all kept in here. So what we're doing in our income upgrade is we're going in here and finding out what the blue programming is, and we're changing it, putting in unlimited, because we put that in there. That's what changes the income patterning. Have a look at your income. If you've always wanted to change your income or change your job, drop us a line. It is not too late to start. We've had one night. It's a 3-week course.
I've got can be mailed out from week 1. It's all ready to go.
Arania's onto it. Everything can be mailed out from week 1. We record the lessons, and you'll be able to see them straight away. Fantastic. Okay, everyone. Well, I'm pleased you enjoyed the live, and as I said, share this if you know anyone that may be having trouble, who actually wants to understand what the bloody hell's going on. And I always do a live every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Sometimes it goes for half an hour, sometimes it goes for 55 minutes. This one was a goodie. Yeah. And how talkative I am. Okay. Have a goodie, and think what I've said. Have a look around. See for yourself. The red and the blue, it's blinking everywhere. Cheers, everyone. Have a goodie.